can see me.
Yeah,
Hope it's just like that.
well, I see your left ear. I was gonna say your right ear. All right, come on up here. 2 more seats up here. So we're only missing Lynn. Where is he? Went to his voicemail box. I'm going to try his home now.
Gary's in the driveway.
This is up and running, and that's up and running. Hi, is Lynn there? Okay, thank you. Hello, Lynn. We got a workshop starts in 2 minutes ago. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Bye. He forgot. He's on his way.
He wrote it down.
Okay, we can get briefly started here. As you notice, Lee put these together for us for tonight. Part 1, she has asked, because these are official copies she needs for part 1 of the seeker. We look through them, but do not write on them whatsoever. You also have the part 2 of that same seeker. Okay, Joe of CNH, yes, I'm glad everything sounds good and looks good. Thank you very much, sir. He was just testing the system because we are on YouTube as well, for those of you that might or are listening in on the telephone. All you have to do to find the YouTube live stream is go to our website, townofbarryny.com. You can pull it up, and there's links there for our next 5 meetings. That's including this one, 4 after this anyways. So you can find them, and you can listen in and watch on YouTube. Also, when you're using YouTube, if you have a comment or you wish to make a statement, you can do so on the right-hand side of the screen, on the right-hand side. It says right there, Town of Barry, say something, and you can type in your comment right there at the bottom right-hand corner. It'll pop up, and I have the computer right in front of me so I can see it. I also have my phone plugged in, so if anybody wants to send me a text like Joe of CNH just did, I will get that as well. And you can also on email, because I also on my computer here, I have my email set up. If anybody writes anything at all, it will show up on my emails here. Okay. Everybody, Tom McCabe, Margaret Swan, Carrie Richardson, and Sean Pogue, we are present. Lynn Hill is en route right now. He'll be here shortly. Tonight's meeting, and before I get to tonight's meeting, reminder, Maureen wants you, I sent it out to everyone, I do believe. the attorney by the last name of Abraham Foyle, and he requested any kind of correspondence that you have had between yourself and Heritage and Apex. So he wants copies of any kind of correspondence you've had with either Heritage or Apex, and Maureen needs to collect that because the FOIL comes to the town clerk, therefore the town clerk is the one that hands it back again. So get that in ASAP to Maureen, if you would, please.
I didn't get anything about that.
It's in your mailbox.
Oh, like a hard copy, it's not.
There's a hard copy in there too? Okay.
I didn't get it electronically.
We're gonna
I
have to
can
check
check.
out why you don't, because Lee has sent you stuff, you say you don't get it, and then
Right.
last
Well,
board
it
meeting.
was, right, it went, instead of going, it went into my spam folder. I'll check my spam folder.
Okay. Anyways, now, purpose of tonight's meeting has to do with the AES solar project on Route 98, north of the hamlet of Berry, on the west side of 98, a 5.3, I believe it is, megawatt solar farm. So the purpose of not this meeting, of this workshop, is for us to just take a look at the part 1 and part 2 of the seeker form. And as I said before, part 1, do not, under penalty of death, write on the part 1 seeker at all. Okay? Now, you've had this for well over a month. Is there anything in the part 1 that you may have seen or you have in question that we should discuss? Maybe get information on prior to our board meeting next Wednesday.
I'm trying to get my stuff pulled up. I'm sorry, it's taking me a little bit to find it. I thought I had it right here. The part 1 is what we did together at the meeting, right? There were no
Yes.
changes. And
We
so-
did the majority of it, yes. We went through it, re-questioning everything, and nobody found anything wrong with it at that time. I'm just asking because you have had it for some time now. We have sent out, Lee, how many different agencies did we send letters to see if they were, wish to be the lead agency? 5, 6? 5 or 6 different agencies like Department of Transportation, Ag and Markets, Soil and Water, and so on. And I've only received back 3 so far saying, nope, Town of Berry can be the lead agency, so, on this project here.
So, let's see here.
That's okay. I was warm and cozy at home. I didn't want to come in either. Lynn, as you see on that first copy, part 1 of the seeker, please do not write whatsoever anywhere on this. Okay?
The only thing I had seen on Sean was in the map.
Here's the what?
The map on the second to the last page. It shows the whole plot, it doesn't show exactly where the solar panels. I assume it's the last section in my left-hand side, top of the plot.
Yep. It just shows the project area, it does not show the array.
Yes. And then they're gonna come out through, and then the roadway is part of it. Going out to 98, so, right?
The roadway,
The driveway
the
coming out.
driveway would be that grayish, that darker gray area going up to 98 in that map.
And then that road will go back to that parcel where the panels are.
Yes.
Just for clarification purposes, is this one parcel or two parcels?
Two parcels, as you see that hedgerow in that map, some of it is going in that northern parcel, and then it looks like maybe quarters of it is going to be in the southern parcel.
In front of the trees. Isn't this darker area?
Yeah, this area right here below that hedgerow,
Okay.
that's one parcel. And then there's the smaller parcel up above right there.
Okay.
No, they had that all straightened out, two owners, there's no problem.
Well, the owner that owns, I believe it's the northern parcel, is also part owner of the southern parcel.
Right.
So yes, they do have it all worked out.
But zoning wise, having it being in two different parcels, doesn't that change, like we have to just make sure that the zoning is still followed even though it's the same owner in two different parcels?
There's something Lance was discussing with their attorney. Okay, I was just told that. Let me turn off this mic. I guess we're having audio issues.
Well, we got it, we're hearing, you're talking.
Yeah, you hear us talking up here. No, that might be the issue right here because I got this mic. That might be better now. And that one mic is aimed at you guys, and then we got this one down here by Lynn. And maybe because of this phone right here, it's causing feedback. I'm just admitted there's problems with the audio.
What's that one?
There's an echo happening from the phone.
Okay, this one might be doing,
This one is echoing.
Yeah, so is this one.
can I mute this phone?
Okay, Joe, how's that? The only thing is, I don't know, whether on telephones, we're gonna be able to hear.
Now, you're not echoing here
We
anymore.
we are getting yours talking now that you shut that. You shut everybody up.
Move further away from the mic, move the phone away, he said. I turn the phone off altogether, Joe. One phone is on, one phone is off.
If they can't hear you, it's coming out.
He's mostly on YouTube.
We're muted over here.
Anyways, as you were saying, Lance, in response to your question about the zoning and everything else, Lance was talking with their attorney, and I do believe there was an agreement. At least they have spoke about something where there would be a modification made for this project. And what was it, Twilight, something like Twilight they call it, so that upon decommissioning, it would go back to the original. Let me see if I can find it here. Okay. This computer's extremely slow today. Okay, here's his letter to Tom Keeler. Lance said, I spoke to the lawyer from AES. She feels that the way our solar law is written, we cannot waive setbacks. That is why she wanted an area variance so that two adjacent parcels with different owners don't have to have setbacks between them. They are willing to put in a sunshine clause to the effect that the variance will become null and void upon decommissioning, which seems reasonable to me. Alternatively, we can amend the law to provide for waivers of setback requirements between adjoining parcels that have different owners. So that's one thing that they're talking about, and possibly we can do a modification of our solar law. That's so that the project can continue across the property line as such. And that's what they're looking at. I mean, take a look at this 200 megawatt one down here that they're planning on putting in. It used to be just one owner's property, and now that's expanded out to about like 6 or 7 properties. So we may run into some problems there as well.
Where?
I'm sorry?
Where's that one?
Down the southwest corner down there.
With Shelby.
Shelby.
Oh, on town line.
Mostly, yes.
On town line.
Starting there on town line, yeah, we're going west into Shelby, and then the rest, most of it's gonna be
On
east.
our way, okay.
So, moving forward on this, we know that they would have to put in for a variance, or we would have to change our laws in order for this project to be.
Not just this project, but in consideration of any future ones.
I do think that, and I have heard that other, solar projects, in other projects, it's common practice that they do the setbacks based on parcels. Because it does get into like when somebody sells or whatever, you know, each individual. I know it's a little complicated because we have the same owner or part of the, but there's still like, there's still 2 separate parcels. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be the same owner owns 2 parcels. But just like right now with my property, we've subdivided it into 3 parcels. So if we were to put in a solar farm, it would be going, even though us and us and us, that property would be, or that solar array would be crossing property lines between our parcels.
Right, so you still have to follow by like the setbacks. But that's, the AES attorney, from what you were reading, was saying that based on our zoning, that we can't waive setbacks. And that it wouldn't be appropriate to waive setbacks when there's multiple parcels. And so like if they, if they wanted to merge their parcels, that could be an option for them.
If they want to merge them, yes.
So like, it's not like there aren't any options, there are options for them to continue to do things without the town having to change our solar ordinance or, provide them with variance to continue.
I think this was brought up to it too, wasn't it, Tom?
I don't remember that part.
Where they're talking about merging the two parcels because the one owner on the north side also is part owner on the south side, but
Right. I don't remember, Sean, on that conversation as far as them merging or putting it all under both names or whatever they want to do.
okay, that's a question.
I'm just like, and I'm wondering as we move forward with this, like, I don't know timeline wise, because I knew, how, like, so we moved through and we said, okay, we're fine with the seeker, but then you still are required to get the variance from that company zoning. Right?
Well, that's, yeah, what you're asking about to talk about right now is something from the secret itself.
Right. I'm just wondering, like, if you don't mind, if you can clarify what the process is from here for this company and for us as we review this project. At what point are we looking at our zoning, what point are we looking at, the steps?
Well, I can't spell that all out right now myself. This is all a new learning project for all of us. We haven't been through this. It looks like we're gonna be the lead agency. We have to collect all this documentation, put it all together. Like they're doing, let me know, Carrie, I didn't send out. I'm pretty sure. No, I hadn't put it on the website. There will be a winter, birds report. Thank you. A winter record study going on. You see a car parked on Route 98 right there, near where this project site is going on, or going in. All winter, a record study project, winter record study project going on. They collected data for part of our application process. It does, it seems to me that one of the meetings for the planning board, I'm not sure they had talked about the possibility of merging into one piece. Maybe there's a discussion I had with Shelley about it.
I don't remember, Sean. They could have, I don't know, Lee would probably know if they had. Anything on you?
I would kind of like, I don't know where, it's like in the association content or where it should go. I would find it helpful just to, I'm good with like going through having this for this review in the future. But just knowing what the steps are, from here moving forward and knowing that there are concerns about zoning and variances.
There are concerns about that. That's why they've had an active conversation here between themselves, between Lance and I guess let's put in that conversation there and address it. And I can't keep up with that.
Yeah.
She chimed in and put it
Right.
right.
I have it written down here too. Sharon. I don't know where
Okay, these right here, Tom, you have a question?
Oh, is there, Lee, we were bringing up the possibility of this parcel of Baird's down there going under instead of two the owners combine everything under one. Did they talk about that at the planning board or anything? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember that.
I don't
Okay, the rest of the conversation I had with Shelley, when she discussed that with me. I remember having that discussion with someone, and it must be Shelley, who was it? She left, I'll find out. You know, I think there's, even if they were to merge the two, you still have a property line right now. Once it's been separated, you can't we erase a property line?
Well, they'd have to buy it and make it all one parcel.
Yeah, because that property line still exists, doesn't it? I wouldn't think it would, because.
I would say, I don't know, I'm sure that legally you're gonna have to put it all under one piece of property, because now it is separate, and you're buying it and merging it again. I don't know the details.
But when it's decommissioned, couldn't you re-establish that property line? Right.
Well, you'd have to resell and do this and that. Is they're talking, what was it, sunshine thing, or whatever Sean was talking about. This way, it stays there for the next 20 years or however long this process is.
And then it returns
And
to
then
what
once
it
it
normally
shuts
was?
down, it would then go back to the two properties separate.
Yes. Upon decommissioning.
Right. So, I mean,
So this would just be a clause that could be added?
What's that?
Right, would be the sunshine clause. It could be added to our solar
To the
zoning
contract, well,
or to the
not
contract.
the solar law, to the contract, this particular project, yes.
and I'm sure that they've got that set up that they can't sell one part of that property off with this project going through both.
Well, and that's the concern, is that things can just get really messy fast when you have multiple owners and, we don't know what's gonna happen down the road.
Yeah, but should we,
Because
why would we care?
because our zoning has in it that there's two, so the town would potentially get dragged into it if you have parcels that are, now you have two non-compliant parcels. So say things go bad and one wants to sell and one doesn't, or they want to go, then they can't sell because they're not compliant parcels according to our zoning. And it causes, people can't buy or wouldn't be able to bid. It just complicates the issue because of our zoning. Because we would be saying, okay, with something that goes against within our zoning, based on what they're proposing and not meeting the setbacks from the parcel lines. So the town,
I guess I have a hard time understanding, this is solar, right? What setbacks, I mean, what,
so there are setbacks.
On any building thing. Setbacks on basically any
Yeah.
construction or
Any building.
building.
So, and a lot of, from my understanding of some of the research that I've done, it seems like there are other communities that have the same setback, and they follow the setback based on the project, based on, and I think that's even what he was, even their attorney was saying, that we can't, the way the laws are, we shouldn't waive our setbacks. And so they either have to get variance or, we have to amend the law to allow for waivers.
well, they should just do it. Why should we do it? Or change our stuff? We gotta do it, let them get the variance.
Right, let them get the variance, or because I don't know, we can say, we don't know what the zoning, because the zoning board will provide the variance, we don't know what the zoning board will do. It's their responsibility to review that and say whether they qualify for a variance or not. And then the other component is that they have another option, where they could merge the property.
Yeah, I mean, that's,
I agree.
why should we go through anything? Let them do it. If they want the project, let them do their work. I just don't understand why we call them alternatives. And then they do whatever they.
And I'm going to have a copy of the map showing the solar array that they proposed. But solar array does cross those property right there. I wish I had a copy of that.
You mean the map that we're looking at right now?
No, I'm not going to show you the solar array.
Oh,
I'll see if I can get a copy of that. Get it set up. Okay, let's step back a minute. Secret, part one. Any questions on this or any concerns? No review, Tom, Margaret, Paula, okay? Lynn, are you okay with part one secret? And Carrie.
Yeah, I mean, based on what we did, it's assuming that everything is the same as what we have done at the meeting. I was kind of that.
Okay. And we'll go to part two then.
I don't know.
Okay,
Okay, that's fine, I didn't mean to.
No, that's okay. Okay, what do you want to say?
Yep, so on page one, we had discussed page one at our meeting, and for the proposed action may result in increased erosion, whether from physical disturbance or vegetation removal, and then it says including from treatment by herbicides. They have no pesticides or herbicides will be used, but we have said that they will be removing, vegetation. We have marked that as yes. They haven't marked as no. So I just wanted to that was the difference that we had. And I think that it was more from physical disturbance rather than, like, I get that they're not putting anything pesticides or herbicides.
Yeah, during construction, I'm sure there's going to be quite a bit of upheaval coming to the soil. There's going to be disturbed, that they will be forever if they move, but afterwards, I would put in here the question about reseeding on completion of installation. Okay. Anything else, anybody?
Yeah, thank you. Getting that on the line, better listening to ADA.
They may be listening in, yes.
I was curious for number 3C, this was another one that we had discussed. And I know they were on the line, and we had discussed it before about 100 cubic yards, and I took on a Google search and kind of said, okay, well, what would be 100 cubic yards in acreage? And I was just curious if they had, because they marked this as no, and I know that it's just the access roads that they're referencing, but they have it, it would still be 0.073 acres, I believe, which would still be over 100 cubic yards of material from the wetlands or water body. So I was just curious if they had documentation or just anything saying, oh wait, this is one up, for us, just so that we could move that from
Yeah, but the thing is, Carrie, this isn't no, it says no or small impact.
Right,
So you don't have a yes and no thing
right.
on this.
But this was the one that we actually, I think we voted on because the proposed action, because they gave a specific number, they said 100 cubic yards. And when we did the math for 0.073, which is the number that they used earlier for wetlands and service, that this would be a yes. Because it's over, if it was under 100, it would be a no or small impact. If it's over 100, because the DEC put in the threshold. And I was just curious if they had any, I don't want to give you if we can say, look, we'll have that through and this is what.
I will put that back into listening to justify it, whereas it was small impact.
Yeah.
But the next thing is, you have to look at, if it's not no, it's a small impact, what's a small impact?
Right, and that's what, like.
Can you tell me what it would be?
So, well, if they put in a specific threshold, like 100 cubic yards, I would say that a no or small impact would be anything less than 100 cubic yards. Anything over 100 cubic yards would be a moderate or large, because the DEC put the threshold. If they just had, proposed action, like one of the other ones that doesn't have like a specific number in it, then it makes it so that it's more subjective, and then you're right, then it's just arguing, well, what's a small impact compared to what's moderate compared to what's large. So when there's a specific number in there.
So you're talking about B or C?
You're talking about C, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about C, I'm sorry.
Okay, but your guy, is that wetlands or a body of water that they're taking this out of?
Yeah, so
Is it?
they had actually documented earlier in their thing that they were going to be, we had listed earlier 0.073 acres of wetland were going to be moved or changed, stretched. We had asked that at the meeting. That's the notes that I have, is that we talked about that at the meeting. We had found that it was like 0.06, which is 100, so it's not a huge difference, but it's still over that threshold. And that's what, in my opinion, and just my opinion, that would be a difference. Over that would be a moderate or large, under that would be a small and no. And I believe if we look back to that, we actually took a vote, like what do we say? And we had some consensus that it would be a moderate or large. I would say it's moderate. I would not say it's large impact, but I would say it's moderate impact.
The difference between 0.06 and 0.07.
But it's also a difference, like the cubic yardage.
Okay, I won't worry about that.
I have a question. For 5, definitely. Yeah, 5 feet. It's not just, sorry, I can wait.
I you said?
5 feet.
Five what, Carrie?
5 feet. Impact on flooding. D as in dog. So the proposed action may result in or require modification of existing drainage patterns. And they say no panel arrays on posts which are conduit or screwed into the surface. The electrical and data wiring is all underground. The only real surface change is the access road and stormwater measures. And I just, I mean, in my mind, if you're having the panels, and I could be wrong on this, the water is really landing on the panels and raining off of the panels when it rains. And that would change the drainage patterns based on, you can have like specific roads, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna come down onto the panels, and then it's gonna go out to the ground, and then it's gonna run off. And I thought they said they were gonna have a whole stormwater system to take care of that drainage, because it would be changing. So that was my, that was my only one on that one, that I thought was, maybe should be on water or large, but, I may not have a full understanding of how that system would actually work.
Yeah, I believe they did say they would put a drainage system that would go into the building area.
Right, which,
And I think they addressed that earlier too, like, you know, it was in part one, where I remember seeing something about asking for or something.
right. So I was just thinking that would change things there. The 4 comments would be, on 8, but if you guys are still reading through the other ones, that's fine, I was putting
You say 8.
number 8, impact on agricultural resources, it's page 5.
Everybody finish that part too?
Can I go, I have, so I have one question on the agricultural investment aid. I'm just curious how much, I know that they're gonna be putting in the roadway. And I'm just curious how much of the roadway, like what the acreage is for that.
The plan on restoring this to its original purpose upon decommissioning. So I'm just curious about the reasoning for your question.
Because oftentimes roadways aren't taken out, like, most of the time when somebody puts in the laneways in the middle of this, there's a likelihood that they're gonna leave that in, like, I get the builder rate coming out, but I feel like they probably have it calculated out, and probably less than 2.5 acres.
That might be something that we would have to put in, because we have to develop the HCA game as well, a host community agreement. So in that host community agreement, we tell that has to be done.
I don't necessarily mind if they put it in this, they don't, you know what it's like, I'm just saying, just for answering the seeker purposes, I know that a lot of the times, it's nice to have a nice laneway back to, back to the woods back there, or back to, I'm just curious if it's gonna be, I have a hard time, looking at this and saying, okay, well, how many acres and, what thin line of the road would actually compute to, how wide it is, all that stuff. And so I'm just curious, like, I'm guessing that because they answered no, it's less than the 2.5 acres, but I just was curious. I know we had documentation for, like, that answered a lot of the other questions, but that was one.
I would have to think that the biggest use would be in construction and decommissioning of any roadway.
Yeah, because it said in there they only visit twice a year.
Right.
So,
But it's, but and so maybe they're not planning on putting in like, a full roadway, just, a temporary one for getting families and stuff, in which case it wouldn't be, I was just curious.
Didn't it say something about they would be putting fill in for roadways earlier in here? It says here under 3C, they've written in there that will only be only filled associated with the access road. So they're going to be putting some fill into the access road.
Maybe the property owner would like to keep it there afterwards anyway.
Right, which, and I don't mind that, like, if that's what they want to do, I feel like a lot of the times it's nice to have that roadway. And, if it's under the 2.5 acres that's listed on here, that it would still be a smaller road, in fact. I was just curious if that was the only thing that I knew was going to be like a potential for an alternative change.
Number 8,
Number 18.
C is the area.
David. And then I had a question on 14, come back up on the it's page 2.
14.
Well, it'd be 14E, because I know they're not gonna be, they're putting energy into the grid. And I don't know if this is not the appropriate, but I thought that they said they're gonna have to upgrade the electrical system, to be able to take the electricity, would be necessary for the project. And I didn't know if that, should be listed there under others.
I think it's pretty done, doesn't it? Done, man,
And they've been putting poles in.
They put.
Niagara Mohawk just put poles in for them to hook up to their transfer station at Reagan.
Without having to do it, or is that considered construction?
No, I wouldn't.
I mean, we have like,
That was a pole, I think it was already there, they just put new poles in.
like established,
Right.
but not back into the property.
Oh, no, because AES will be putting everything back there, which is coming out of the main citizens.
If you look at the house, the house that's sitting on the property there between the two, north of that, you look back and you'll see where they put a new post in and there's wires up to there from the road back. And that goes back, I think, to another line that Niagara Mohawk has that runs it back. All of those houses down through there.
Yeah, it cuts right down through the middle of some of the fields down through there. Yeah, we went around them many, many times.
I made many circles down there too on the tractor going around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, so that, I mean, even whether it's done or not, like, that's still part of the process, and it seems like that was pretty good, okay. But. Then I'm moving it.
Well, they answered no to it, so I'm assuming that they know how many megawatts and everything else are going to be putting out there.
Well, right, but then, because A through D, I think, are no, I agree with you, no. But other impacts, you know. And then with 15, my question is they marked that for impact on noise, outdoor, or noise, odor, and light. But then they marked no or small impact may occur for all of the subcategories.
With the exception of A.
Oh, I have A. Oh,
Only
only.
during construction.
That's the reason why they went, yes, I agree, in reading all the regulations.
Okay, that's where I was confused. I was just curious if there was going to be any long-term. I just wanted to make sure that by then, that's only during construction, and if there's not going to be an increase in noise odor for outdoor lighting during that.
They're looking at the noise level consistent with the baseline, which is farm.
Right.
So if you're running a tractor through there, it's a little noisier than driving a car.
Right.
So they aren't going to be over that, except for construction. Then they've got down there as far as blasting, there's no blasting taking place whatsoever.
Yeah.
The houses probably shake well from Keeler's pit over there, but they don't get on this one.
Understood.
And then my next one, well, for my last one, is on section 17. Which is page, yeah, the last page 10. It just says the proposed action is inconsistent with local land use plans or zoning regulations. And I just said, is this correct, or is it a single parcel? The two parcels that we've already established in this, and does it meet the 50-foot setback requirement for both parcels? For both properties? And do you know everything in your study, whether there's natural studies?
Yeah, reviewing the whole, all the studies they could do here, to list them all right now, I couldn't tell. That's there just popping up head because they're just, he kind of got a big body like, why we didn't know what they had to do, so that we put on our website, which Lee has done, that if you get this parked on 98 here, where the traffic started. If you see a car that's broken down,
I mean, we do live in the community, a lot of these people talking.
I do that quite often, it's usually, no, I'm just talking to my wife or something, it's like, well, okay, so part two is all set then on the questions. We'll try to react to any first thing in the morning today. And see what we learn as good as response. I get the response back when we discuss these at our board meeting next week. And then we'll vote on part three, which would be, is there a negative impact on that? Okay, that takes care of that part. Something also, just to point out to you, I think it is very beneficial if we start having our workshops again. We used to have them all the time, and then we stopped them, and then we did a miss. We used to have them the first Wednesday of every month. We had the workshop, and then our board meeting the second Wednesday of every month. The primary reason why that was set up decades ago was because of not having the electronic devices so people could go over the majority of their bills at that time. So they had a chance to look them all over, and then at the board meeting, you could vote on them plus a few extras. Learn what it's really taxes. Getting passed from the table. So everybody had a chance to look at them. They had already at the workshop, but the majority of them. Then they had the impact. They were bundle of bills, and then there was the new bundle. Everybody looked at them. And then they would vote on the bills. Now, I think with all the projects, with the wind, solar project up there in 98, solar project down in the southwest corner. We also have a number of other little projects that are coming up. We got a lot of stuff starting to happen. So I think it would be ideal if we had our workshops instituted together. And we'll go down there, discuss it, and vote on it at our next board meeting.
Does that have to be on Wednesday?
I'm sorry.
Does that have to be on Wednesday? Could it be like on a Tuesday?
We wanted it on a Thursday.
But they're court on Thursday, correct?
Right. Not every Thursday, though.
Oh, okay.
And we did it before
Yeah. So it'd just be once a month. It'd be a week prior to the board meeting. And we go over things that are coming. Okay. Okay, last one. Had to do with the planning board. And their discussion on our proposal wind law changes. Oops, what did I do here? Okay. Now you have a copy of that there, yeah, questions on any part of this? This is the notes from that meeting. The neighborhood for 2020.
It's actually a copy of their
Yeah.
minutes of the planning board.
Yes.
So,
Is that what I said?
I know what you're trying to say.
so at our last town board meeting, when we were discussing this, the land brought up that we didn't need to review it. I appreciate that we are reviewing it. But we didn't need to review it because they were just minutes and they weren't definitely the actual recommendation. I know that when you had asked about seeing the video because there was a meeting, I do have pulled up the minutes marked, if you want to watch it now, or we have to, it's a 2-hour meeting, so this is a quick meeting. But I have specifically where the request was made to Lance about, if the minutes were sufficient. And it's weird, he can't, I don't know if he actually understood that he was being asked that question or not, because it was, but Wes did turn to him and ask if the minutes, were enough. And so I do have that if you want to see it, or if you want to see it up here, that's fine, but I just wanted to let you know that.
I was there, so I don't know.
Right, so I'm just saying,
This is the recommendation. Right? From the planning.
No, it's the minutes from the planning board.
They're the minutes for the planning.
In which they discussed anything that they wanted to as far as the wind is concerned. And I look at this as not all recommendations, but just a lot of opinions and things that maybe we should do or consider.
and
Are they going to recommend changes to the wind thing? Or the
Planning board?
Yeah.
This is it.
This was supposed to be their recommendations, but there are no, as such, recommendations in there. I mean, they put down, you know, they put down, I'm looking at like 350-162, update town's noise standards. They put their bullets here, they point out areas that are on the same page. These are notes of the discussion that was going on at the time. Ours are stricter standards, from 45 to 40 for non-participants and levels. Just come up with reasonable expectations, nothing is perfect. We residents should be aware of turbines before buying any property, which is the same thing, wind, solar, cell phone tower, etc. Maybe into an outside source and not being with our heritage. So those are suggestions, they're not recommendations.
Yeah, but to me, the planning board, the expert in this really than us.
I agree. Wind as well as solar is often handed over to the town board. The town board is the lead on this. We ask them for their suggestions, recommendations, whatnot, because yes, they do have one out and we do.
And that's putting it in writing.
so, and I think that that's where there was miscommunication. They had a 2-hour meeting. It's not like they weren't, that they were discussing changes and recommendations, but they didn't, they just said, well, how do we just send them our, what our thoughts are? And it wasn't told to them, you need to put your recommendation, you need to actually write out your recommendations, of this is what, you need to come to a conclusion of what you as a planning board are requesting for recommendations, or if you need additional information, because a lot of it is looking into like, I call it down to Texas, where they have the tallest tower currently in the country, and ask about setbacks, and what they have, and like ask, the guy who's in charge of the project down there, the developer, he's not a developer, but he's, with the school, Texas, West Texas, and I just had a conversation with him about what their setbacks were, now there's a difference between one tower, one turbine, and, but it was interesting to hear his thoughts, and I think they were just it seems like they're asking something, but
That's what to me, the planning board sends stuff to us. They're supposed to be doing research. We're not supposed to be doing research on it. They're supposed to. Why do we need to go to them for anything? If they're sending everything back to us to make the decision. That's what they're there for.
well, but we took that away from them. We said that, because we sent it to the county, or it was sent to the county before we even reviewed it. And the 350-100, in our permits and rezoning required exemptions transferred, The town board is hereby authorized to approve the conditions, or disapprove wind energy conversion project applications with the advice and written recommendations of the town planning board. I don't know because it's not a project, it's a wind ordinance. But I agree, I feel like we send it back to them and say, well, we need you to write out your recommendations of what specifically it is.
Well, if they're supposed to recommend it, yeah, it's gotta go back to them, and they gotta write it up and send it to us. I mean, I don't see where the big, the who is. To me, they're not doing their job. I'm sorry.
But if everyone that's involved with the windmills has that,
Well, we do have a problem.
and they from that, then anyone who's very, very biased about it should walk away from it as well. And leave it to the people that,
And we won't have any. We won't have that I guess it's a little unusual, the whole circumstance. To me, they're supposed to, I don't know.
Right, provide a written recommendation. This is what we're okay with, this is what we're not. I know one of the things that surprised me, was they were more concerned about the height increase and why we're increasing the height of the towers. And what they specifically were asking is what are we getting in town to make this increase? Because you don't have to make this increase from 500 feet to 700 feet. Another situation.
Well, I think Jerry said it, that's why we got it this way, is they were under the impression that they didn't have to write something separate, they could just give them give us their minutes. And the minutes are written as they covered all of this stuff, that's why if you read this stuff, it's.
If you read at the very bottom of page 1, last paragraph, first sentence, Mr. Miller stated that the purpose of the meeting was to discuss the proposed changes to the wind law and make a recommendation to the town board. So it's right there, they made the recommendation and he made it to the town board.
And so if this is their recommendation, then they're asking for us to do more research and to follow up on the questions that they have.
The way this is written, I don't see anywhere in there. I mean, they've got coastal changes, they got other concerns, and then they have a resolution. And I don't see anywhere where it says that they can resolve, use the minutes of the meeting, pass on a recommendation to the town board. I don't see a recommendation here. There's a big difference between recommendation, definition of recommendation, other concerns, suggestions.
The planning board was confused, and that's where I can show for those of you who weren't there, I can say where John Sweeney, Mr. Sweeney was the one who asked, can I make a motion to use the minutes as our comments to the town board? And then he asked that to Wes, and then Wes turned to Lance, and then they moved forward, and there's a second, and that's how.
So that's no problem, but in the minutes, it should say, the town, or the planning board's recommendation is as follows. Something along those lines.
But that's.
And they could have outlined exactly what the recommendations were on each of those different components of the proposed wind change.
So if that specific, if that was required, then at that point, Lance should have said, you can use the minutes, but you want to include specific recommendations. Or you want to, he was sitting there as a board attorney, and he didn't say that to them. And you're saying here,
saying that Lance is the only intelligent one in the room?
I'm saying that as the town attorney, that he should be able to suggest, and specifically, ask to him, like you can see it in the meeting.
Yes,
No, no,
I agree.
let's look at him and says, can these, and then they are, the minutes to pass on a recommendation, and so the minutes are the recommendations.
I think we'll come up on your period. And the simplest thing for us to do is send them back and say, hey, recommend, put it in writing. That, if that's the case, if not, but you said in here, there's some, suggestion. Well, suggestion isn't a recommendation. In my view.
I agree with you.
Yeah, we just take it for what it is and you're getting so hung up on stupid words. Actions are getting done, but everybody's feeling like that. So really, there were only 4 left in the meeting.
Right.
And how many of those 4 are very much opposed to the windmills?
You got one. So you got 3 people left
Right.
out of 7.
Still have a majority.
There's 7 people on the planning board, so you need the 4.
And you can show that, on the minute or on the video too, that it took quite a while to try to straighten that out.
Right, right. And there's no financial conflict of interest or direct financial conflict.
Not financial, that's not what it's brought up in the meeting. It wasn't the financial conflict of interest, those people left the room.
Right, that's
And the remaining 4 people.
right, that's what I was saying, because the financial conflict of interest left the room.
Right. But all of the paper that you passed out and everything we've seen as far as conflict of interest are concerned, it states in there if somebody is dead set against it, preaches and everything that they don't want them, they're biased and they should remove themselves.
Well, I
It's
think,
right here in the minutes. Lance brought it up, right in these minutes.
Right.
but I think it's interesting that, the case law that was brought up and that was shared, I think that we maybe should ask them if this is a concern that you guys actually genuinely have, that I think that we should ask them to look into it more and determine if that's good case law that has been established or if it's old case law. I did get a copy of that, what was shared. And I would be interested to hear what Lance's opinion is on it. I don't necessarily, if you guys feel like it's worth his time and energy or not to be charged for it, go ahead and do that, but if you, Margaret, think that that's a concern, then maybe we should have him look into that.
Did you send me a copy of what you did? I read a copy of it. I tried to get you a lesson on the point, but I just spent a lot of time in that. But anyway, I don't need anything to say.
Yeah, I think we do that for the copy of it.
Okay.
It's like in addition, if that's a genuine concern, then, we would be potentially putting ourselves at risk to move forward with those.
Something else I just popped in my head there before I lose it. Because it is December and our board meeting next week, we also have to set up a time, date and time for our end of the year meeting. When we get together, basically all we're doing is we're closing up the last five bills for 2020. There will be a bill for 2021. that'll be coming up at our next board meeting, and that has to do with the HAS, the health insurance for the highway guys. So, but it will be coming out of 2021, even though it'll be in this month's bill, because we have to make 3 payments in January, February, and March. Last year, we let it slide, it was the end of January, it was February, the first payment was made because of that, so, and that's, what happens is that's the money that they use for their co-pay when they go out.
Oh, their HSA,
I'm sorry?
the HSA?
Yes. So we gotta make sure that goes through. That's, I think. But other than that, it'll be the end of the year meeting, we close out our bills in 2020. Then we also have to set up our appointment for our first meeting of 2021, which generally takes place like January 2nd, 3rd, something like that, which is called the organizational meeting. And that's when we set up, basically, everybody's all set in their positions. That's it. So it's just an organization. Here's the organization, it's required, so we do it. Okay, so those are 2 meetings we have to set up. We'll do next week. Okay, any other questions or anything?
So are we requesting the planning board?
We can't take action here. This is a workshop. That's something that comes up at a board meeting.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that we should be, if the general consensus is that we're not going to have to send it back to the planning board, and then I think that now is the appropriate time to talk through, to make sure we look through and talk through this. If we are going to send it back, then to get a clean line recommendation from them, then I think, then I'm fine with moving on and not talking about it. So I just don't want to get to meetings and be like, no, we're not gonna discuss it, we're just gonna move on.
Well, my general feeling is they took no action, and as such, I don't plan on going into witness other than I look at the list of concerns, which, there's many concerns that many people have, and we take that into consideration. But I don't see any action that's been placed here. There is no recommendations, so
Did you,
my general feeling is you know that.
have you talked to Wes since have you asked him, like, we talked about this at the town board meeting. Wes is the chair that was, the co-chair, but he was the one who ran the meeting. Did you talk with him about what their intent, or what his intent as chair was for this?
I did not speak to this.
And I have not either, but I had, coming from the same meeting, I had a very different takeaway. And I would be curious to see what his thoughts were, if he intended it just to be, here you go, but don't do anything with it, or if he intended it for us to follow up on the information he's provided to us. And maybe even just asking him for clarification as the chair of what that was, or what that looked like.
As I said, we take a look at the concerns that are listed here. But I don't see any action was taken last year, with no recommendations, so they had their opportunity, and other than the concerns, there's nothing more than that.
Disagree. The other thing that I think is important to keep in mind as we're going through this is that we have lost even more home rule when it comes to this process. And this really is a very important step in this process to make sure that our vendor is protected for our residents.
We asked for a vote.
So I know that this is in regards to our wind ordinance, which is for the whole town and for any project, whether it's the current one or anyone moving, coming into the town. But any project that switches to the 94C, it does take away opportunities for the whole, which is why we, as a town board, sent that letter to Governor Cuomo asking him not to move forward with the 94C the way that it is written, because it's not advantageous the way that it's written to the community.
When you can accept it.
Oh, yeah, he accepted it, and Heritage Wind has moved to 94C now. So we,
But that's their choice. It's not,
Right.
we have nothing to do.
right, but what we do have control over is our wind ordinance. And even if we just left it as is, this is the wind ordinance that any company right now that's looking at our community, or that's planning on putting in a project in our community, this is what they're looking at. And my understanding is that this process, as we move forward, the public hearing on Friday, sending it to the county, sending it back to our planning board, and whatever is decided, then coming back, then us voting on it, or like going through, having to make sure that we do the secret process, just like we're doing here with the Bear project. There's still a lot more steps in this local law process. And I don't know if it's worth changing. There are things that I would like to change in our wind ordinance, but I don't know, I feel like they knew what they were getting into. I feel like they town spent $50,000, they're not our money, but money from here to win. We got an 8-page paper that said, well, there's this and this, and, then we had Novella look at it, and, yeah. I think there's a lot more.
Yeah, you could go on forever.
But I mean, like, the legal process to turn this into a law, or to make these changes, is still, we're still quite away from the end.
Okay. I mean, sooner or later, we're gonna vote on either accept or changing some of these wind things, right? I don't know when that's gonna be.
But, right, that's what
I
I'm
would
saying.
like it, faster the better, to get it done. Because it's gonna happen.
But it doesn't have to though.
It's gonna happen if you like it or not. Cuomo wants it, the new president wants it, so what do you think you're gonna do to stop it?
So-
Nothing.
No, so here's the thing though. Here's the thing, Lynn, is that.
Sorry.
No, please hear me out, because I hear what you're saying. But I think what's interesting about this is that this is where our wind ordinance is really powerful, where this is where we have control. And to say, well, just because everybody else wants it, this is where we have our opportunity to say whatever we want to say, to have it be appropriate for our community and for what our community wants. And so as moving forward, there is, unfortunately, it's not a quick process. To follow the legal process of going through this, it is a long process, but it's to make sure that
We've
it's
been
done.
working on it for 3 years.
But
And that's not necessary,
right, but things have not been done properly,
according to you.
according to the law.
Okay.
So otherwise, we just went over this for absolutely nothing.
We haven't even gone over it.
So, I mean, we're not gonna even, what are we doing with this? Anything?
Yeah,
And I'm
and
getting tired of coming up here to these meetings, going over the same damn crap every damn meeting and accomplishing absolutely nothing. By the end of the meeting, we've done nothing. Just like tonight, what have we done? Nothing.
well, this, number one, it's not a meeting. Number two, we went through part 1 and 2 of the seeker at the same time at our board meeting next week.
It's fine. This accomplished nothing. And this is, I don't know, I'm getting very frustrated and coming to a meeting and accomplishing nothing. Just to let you know. I mean, I may not even show up at any more meetings as long as they're gonna do that. I'm just wasting my time, I'm sorry. Wasting my time, we're wasting the people that are listening time because we're accomplishing absolutely nothing, and I'm getting very tired of it. Either we're gonna vote on things, right or wrong, I don't really care anymore. We get them voted on and it's over.
But it's not, if it's
Let's
done wrong,
listen.
it's not over, it's not over, that's the problem, is that we need to do it the right way.
We have done everything the right way. Just because you don't get your way.
No, that's.
You're pretty much done this sentence. Okay, so this workshop is now come to a closure for this week. We will have our board meeting next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Also, anybody that has missed their meeting to our pleasant evening, the public hearing on the wind law is this Friday at 7 p.m. and no one will not be in the town park due to the increase in COVID cases. And I know they got a number over here in your area that popped up recently. To be on the safe side, we are going to do exactly the same thing as we have done tonight. We will be on YouTube. You just have to look at our website and go to the link. The link is in there. There are 5 meetings listed, including tonight's. Click on that one for that date. It's also public hearing. And you'll be able to listen in, you'll be able to write in comments. Oh, I'm sorry, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Friday. I just noticed I got somebody that wrote in on YouTube saying the audio is not working right. Lots of static. I was told that on the YouTube it's coming through crystal clear. It's on the phones where we still have problems like we had before. So, YouTube is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at the start, it was crystal clear. I suppose.
Well, wasn't that when you turned that phone off up there? Because
Yeah,
we have an echo here again.
Yeah, but somebody turned it back on.
I turned this back on again because I was told that they couldn't hear us. I just hung it up right now. The problem.
Because now we don't have an echo.
I kept going like this to you is because of the echo. I couldn't hear you. We'll check this out. I know Joe's coming tomorrow morning. We're gonna go through and check the whole system out again. It's a first time on the system. We're trying to do this, trying to get to as many people in the community as possible.
So I have a quick question. At our town board meeting, it was requested that we put this in Penny Saver. Was this placed in Penny Saver?
This was not placed in the penny saver because you only have till Thursday 12 noon, and we got up and running finally Thursday night. So it was like, how do I let people know how to get into this if we don't even have it up and running yet? It took us several tries to get this operating. We have problems with the audio. We weren't getting any audio there to start with. So but it has been put in for this coming. Unfortunately, it's not in time for the public hearing.
Right.
So that's why I've been, it was put into the daily news.
So, when, so it was put in, my understanding was it was put in the news on November 17th.
Well, you got specific dates, dear, you research everything, so I don't know.
So, what I'm asking is that the only thing that I've seen about the public hearing is that it was on the David Daily in the legal section on November 17th. So, and he specifically asked about having it in Penny Saver because we have a large population that doesn't have it.
Yeah,
And we know that this is a controversial issue. We
Yep.
know that people have strong feelings on it. And I am concerned that people are going to feel like we're intentionally trying to keep them in the
Carrie,
dark by
you talk
saying.
like you've got the ear of every person in this community, I'm sure that they know about it by now.
It is not my responsibility. We said.
It is too, you're a board member, are you
No,
not?
I'm sorry, but here's the problem, is that
we had at our town board meeting, you said, yes, we will
You
put
get
this
it
in
into the penny saver and the
And
daily
it
news.
is not in the pen saver. And it
No,
was.
because you want me to give phony information, I want to give correct information. Isn't that what you preach?
Here's the problem, though, is that you did,
Okay.
it wasn't even in there, so you can't even say that we put in there that on December 4th, we are going to have a public hearing. Whether it doesn't have to have the specific, that's it, that's all that was.
Oh, it doesn't have that?
Daily, with that little.
I've got that right, yeah, I got the legal notice sitting in my office as well, that it was said that we're having a public hearing on that date.
So do you feel like that little blurb is sufficient that our community is going to feel like, this is what I was referencing. Do you feel like this is sufficient to let our community know that we're having a public hearing on the?
By law,
By
we-
law, yes,
by law,
but do you think that the residents of our community will feel like they've been heard or like they have been shared or told about the public hearing?
the workshop's over.
It's done. I'm done. I'm going home. I work every day. I'm tired. I'm going home.